What's up, TTC? Proper English. All right. So I've had a few minutes to calm down. I did my crow, yada, yada, yada. And now I've just been sitting here thinking about, I've been up so upset. I tried to turn on Madden. I tried to turn on Madden 16 on my PS4 and was going to go ahead and just maybe play a little Madden just to, make myself feel better. And I got on the field, and even on Madden, and my first thing I did is throw a pick. I just turned the fucking game off. That's how all in my feelings I am right now. Anyway, so I'm sitting here watching a couple YouTube videos. I'm looking at Norbcam's video right now, and I've watched a couple of the victory laps for the Panthers. Again, big up to the Panthers for taking care of business at the clink. But what's the problem now? Like, I'm kind of listening to what Norb is saying. The questions are now being raised. What's the problem with the Seahawks? What's our issue? Spoiled by success is what we are, as the Seahawks and as Seahawk fans, as 12s. We've been spoiled by success. Now, a lot of people talk about how the Seahawks fan base is all bandwagon, and I suppose this is going to be a test for that, as we we go into Thursday's game at 2-4, and at this point, if you just look at it statistically speaking, and if you go by by chances, us making the playoffs, just going by, just again statistically speaking, we have at this point, a slim chance. We're 2-4. We've got 4 losses already. Okay, we've already got as many losses as we had last season in the first 6 games of the year. So realistically, when it comes down to us, because making the playoffs is not really what our goal is, right? So for us to have a legitimate chance of making a run in the playoffs, we'd have to go at least 9-1 the rest of the year and that might probably wouldn't even do it. We would need to have home field advantage, especially considering the fact that we're not playing anywhere near as good as we have the last previous 2 years. Home field advantage is a key. I think these last 2 years where we said home field advantage was a must, you never know. We played so good these last 2 years that we might have been able to beat some teams on the road in the playoffs. But now, it seems that without that home field advantage, who knows how we're going to play. And again, I'm being extra critical right now because, we don't know what's going to happen in the future, but it's just not looking good. At the same time, and let me belay that last statement, because at the same time it's not looking good, it's still looking good. The games from between the first the first 45 minutes of the game are so good for the most part. Yeah, the offensive line is still playing terrible, but we're making it work. Marshawn played well today. Thomas Rawls ran his ass off last weekend. There's so many great things, but now it's the defense not being able to close out a game. But again, like Nor brought up some really good points here. You can't blame it all on the defense. You can't blame it all on the offense, because for every miscue the defense has, the offense has one to match it. In that game today, if we could have got one more first down late in the game, we could have ran more time off the clock or ran the clock out. At least one more first down would have changed the entire dynamic of the end of that game. Just one more first down. That last third down that we didn't convert. Had we converted it, we probably wouldn't. We'd be talking about how we can't lose to the Panthers. But we didn't do it. We didn't do it. So the offense failed, and that starts a chain reaction, a domino effect, and that caused the defense to fail. Now the defense failing, what's that problem? Why can't the LOB close out games? We've had the LOB close out games for us numerous times previous to now, where the game is put in the defense hands and they always handle business. Now, I was saying last weekend that Kerry Williams, I still assert that Kerry Williams is the Achilles heel of our defense. Kerry Williams is the weakest link. He is the weakest link. So, and I still mean that. I meant that when I said it, and I mean it right now. Kerry Williams is the worst. But Kerry Williams didn't give up that ball today to Greg Olsen. By the way, yeah, to everybody who was commenting on my video, yeah, I realized after the fact that I think I said Owen Daniel or something like that, but I was all up in my feelings at that point. I couldn't remember the dude's name, and the first name tight end that came to my mind was Owen Daniels. I don't know, that was incorrect, but yeah, 'cause that had nothing to do with Kerry Williams. You know, you can't even say that it was. You can't even blame the fact that Bobby Wagner wasn't playing, because if you just, I mean, the play that was being run on defense, it wasn't. It wouldn't have been Bobby Wagner guarding the guy anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, assuming that we would have called the same play whether Bobby was there or not. That was a zone scheme that Earl thought Richard had it. Richard thought Earl had it, and neither one of them had it. Greg Olsen just ran right down the middle of both of them, and neither one of them took him. That's just head game. That's just head game right there. That's all that was. That's what you do to a 3 deep zone. You run right. You know, it's like a seam route. You just run down the middle of all of them. You see who doesn't pick up quick enough. Basically, what it was. Olsen just basically ran a seam route, or maybe that might have been exactly what it was. He ran a seam route and ran it right in between the 2 deep zones, and neither one of them picked it up. That's the whole point of a seam route. So, you know, you run a seam route in between the 2 deep zones, and you see what happens. Somebody's either going to pick up late or not pick up at all, and you hit the seam, and that's what they did. Basic stuff. It's football 101. It's football 101. So yeah, we gave it up. You know, so can't blame that Bobby Wagner wasn't there, because it wasn't Bobby Wagner's replacement missing that play. Can't blame Kerry Williams, because Kerry Williams was on the completely other side of the field. So, you know, whose fault is it? Is it the offense? Is it the play calling? You know, is it the play calling on offense? Why we couldn't get these third? You know, we play with third and longs all game long, but we managed to make them work somehow. But we play with third and longs all game long, and then late in the game we end up with a third and short, and we can't even convert. Russell Wilson's taking sacks on third and important. It's just, I don't know. Hey, but you know what? The way that the schedule is shaking out, you know, we still do have, you know, a recipe for success, as long as we can just correct. You know, it's like the things that are wrong with us are so correctable. It's not like the team is just bad, because you simply cannot deny that during the game you see how great the team can still play. It's just little things that go the opposite direction this year that have gone the other direction before. You know, it was, you know, one play, you know, literally one play. It comes down to one play. The third down conversion late in the game, that one play. I know everything matters. It all matters. But at some point or another in analysis, you're going to break it down to one play. And that one play, if that one first down would have won the game for us, that's the one we didn't get. So, hey, you know what? We got the 49ers coming up. 49ers are loving sharing the bottom of the barrel with us. So, you know, this is going to be a battle of the bottom feeders in Santa Clara on Thursday. And fuck the 49ers. You know, I'm not going to go into it now because my Hate Week video is not going to be till Tuesday or Wednesday. I guess Tuesday. Maybe tomorrow, considering it's a short week. So anyway, that's all I got. Keep your head up, 12s. We'll be all right. Get back on track against these 40 whiners on Thursday, and you know, we'll get the ship right. Maybe we sneak in the playoffs as a wild card and shock the world. Anyway, fuck the 49ers. Go Hawks.